What's up guys, this is Brad from Brickstar here, and today I am reviewing LEGO set 76154 Deviant Ambush. This is 6 plus, it contains 197 pieces, 3 minifigures, 1 exclusive. It released the 1st of October 2021 and retired the 31st of December 2022, and its original retail price was $17.99 in the UK, $24.99 in the US, and $19.99 in Europe. Now, I was really lucky that I was able to get this at the regular retail price of $17.99 here in the UK. I was able to get it. I did actually get it from a local store that sells retired sets. They don't send their Lego back when they don't sell, so as they're quite an independent store, so they keep their sets, and it's really great that when there are some sets that are retired and they've gone up in price, I'm able to get them at the usual rate, which is actually why there is a scuff on the box here, which is a bit frustrating, but the reason being that they do put their stickers, their price stickers on the box, and they stick them really well, and when I take them off, it does leave a scuffle. But nonetheless, when you're sort of getting these sets and you're on a journey like I am to get all of these sort of retired sets, you have to expect sort of damage to the box. But anyway, let's get straight into the review. So basically, this is the box. Not going to go too much into the box art. Of course, this is one of 4 sets from the Eternals line. If I just turn it around as well, there is a bit of a, when I open the box as well, this one of the finger, the push-in portraits came off as well. Portraits, pictures, whatever, graphic. But this is the back of the box as well, just showing you sort of how you can use the set in action. And then, of course, we have the characters in minifigure form as well on the side, which I do really like when they do that as well. I like when they put them in minifigure form. But yeah, let's get straight into the minifigures. First up for the minifigures here, we do have Gilgamesh, and Gilgamesh is an exclusive to this set, so I believe this is the only set he's in of the 4 sets. Across the 4 sets, all 10 of the Eternals do get a minifigure each. Some of them are in multiple sets, but this is Gilgamesh's only set, and I have to say for all of these Eternal sets, this is the first one I have. Of course, I'll be looking to get the rest, but for all of these sets, the detail on the minifigures is just crazy good. I mean, Lego really treated us with this, even going so far to have printing on the sort of the line between the legs and the torso, just to make sure that the entire suit all comes together, which was really great of Lego to do that. I do really like this minifigure. The leg printing is less detailed than the torso, but I just think the whole suit works as a whole. The printing on the torso is great. There's not arm printing, but they are a nice different green color. And if I just turn him around, there is back torso printing as well, which is just as detailed, which looks really good. There is an alternate facial expression as well. If I just take that off, there we have a more angry facial expression from him. I do also like the hairpiece. I think the hairpiece works. I think this is sort of a hairpiece that's now used for Hawkeye. I don't think it was at the time, or I know Hawkeye has a new hairpiece, but I think this was used for him before. This is sort of his hairpiece in a more black color. I do think it works for Gilgamesh. It's not too much of too different to the actor's haircut in the film, and if I just turn him around as well, you can see his other facial expression again, his more happy facial expression. Overall, though, a really nice minifigure, and really great to have just him generally in minifigure form. I always forget he does actually come with 2 of his own accessories, and I do actually really like these accessories. I love the mold. So these are, I believe they were formerly used for Shocker in one of the Spider-Man Homecoming sets with Vulture in it and Shocker, but they have actually edited the mold to actually have a bit of a flame at the top there, if you can just see, if it wants to focus. There we go. So there's a bit of a flame at the top, sort of to make it feel more like it's shooting out of him, which I think is a really cool feature. He gets 2 of those, so you can just pop those on like so, if they want to go on. There we go. So that's what they look like when they're on, and you can turn those around a bit if you wanted to as well. They just pop on with this sort of, they can just grip onto that at the back. So that's a really nice mold though. I do really enjoy that mold. Next up, we have Makari, and she's not exclusive, but she's still a really, really lovely minifigure. She's the MCU's first deaf character, so it's really cool to as well have her in minifigure form. I just think all of these Eternals minifigures, again, I've said it before, but they're all just really great. I really love having these in minifigure form. There is no side printing on any of these, but I don't think we need that with the amount of detail going into this sort of the front of the legs, the torso as well. I don't think we need that. Again, really, really lovely colors. I think this really suits reflects her suit in the film. Of course, all of them had different distinct colors. This is sort of a light gray and sort of darkish red, which I think works really well. If I just turn her around as well, there is back torso printing. If I just take off the hairpiece, you can see there is the back torso printing there as well. And that is her second facial expression, a bit more of a happy facial expression there as well. And if I just turn her back around, you can see there is her other facial expression, which is a bit more angry and upset. I also really, really love this hair mold. I just want to take it off to show you. This hair mold is great. I think it was specifically designed for Makari. It's a really, really great hair mold. You can see the braids. There is also, like, you can see there is actually gaps between the braids, which just adds that little bit more of detail, which is a really, really great mold. I think a lot of people will like this mold. It's a really, really nice hair mold. So again, overall, this is a really, really great minifigure that I'm really, really happy to add this to my MCU collection. And Makari also comes with her own accessories. She comes with these translucent orange blasters, which are pretty much the same blasters that Marvel have been giving us for quite a while now. We've had them in translucent blue, we've had them in translucent purple for the minifigure series 2 for Agatha, and these are orange for Makari. They just simply go on to the minifigure's hand like so. And then if you do press them in, they will blast. I'm not going to do that because I don't want them to go everywhere, but they will blast if you press them in. And again, she gets 2 of those. The final minifigure in this set is Athena, who is of course played by Angelina Jolie. Really nice just to see her in the MCU. Again, lots of detail on this minifigure. Probably the least detailed out of the 3 here, just because her suit is a bit more tame, I think, in the film. But again, it's really nice that it does sort of the suit is completed all the way down, which is really, really great to see. And there is a little bit of feet printing as well, just to add that bit more texture to the suit. I guess her suit feels a bit plain as well because the color, it's a very beige color, which I guess as a color generally feels a bit plain. But it does reflect her suit. I would have perhaps preferred a bit more of a darker color because her suit is a bit more goldy. But I know that to sort of get the blends between these 2 colors, Lego does have a problem sometimes with coloring. So to get the blends with these sort of gold pieces here on the chest plate, they probably have to use this sort of lighter beige. But this is the first facial expression, so it's a bit of an angry facial expression. And then if I turn her around, she also has another facial expression, and you can see there's some back printing there, which is a bit more muted. I think Marvel, Lego keep going with these muted and angry facial expressions for a lot of their heroes. I guess it makes sense. It would be nice if she had a bit of a happy one, but again, she wasn't that happy in the film. And again, obviously there is the back torso printing. The hairpiece, it does suit her, so it's fine. It does feel a little too blonde. I don't think Angelina Jolie was bleach blonde in the film. She was sort of brownie blonde, but you know, what can you do? I believe this is the one that was used for Black Widow. This is the same hairpiece used for Black Widow in the Comic-Con exclusive set, which I have done a review on. You guys can check that out on my channel. But this is just in bleach blonde. I do think there should have been a different colour, but nonetheless, I do like the minifigure. Probably my least favourite of the 3, but it's still, as I said with the others, it is still a great minifigure to have generally. And also, Athena does come with her own weapon, probably the most interesting weapon of the 3. She comes with her long sphere, like sword-like sphere, which is its own mold, which is really nice. It does include that little bit of texturing as well on there, and you can just pop it on like so. If it wants to go on, there we go. And it is a really nice size as well, I think, for her. I think it really suits her character, so there we go. And now moving on to the set itself, it is quite a small set, but it's big in comparison to the minifigures, which I'll show you in a second. I do think for the price, this is worth the price. It would have been too much at 25, but it is a reasonable price at 17. You probably would have expected maybe £15 rather than 17. I'm not really sure where they've got the 17 from. but it is a reasonable price. There is 2 printed pieces which are exclusive, which is really, really nice to see. So these eye pieces here are actually printed pieces. These are not stickers, so that is really nice, and they're on both sides. One thing I will say about the set is a lot of it is replicated, so on both sides you will see the exact same build. So the build itself was a bit repetitive. When I was building it, I just started by the end of it doing both things at once because I could just tell it was going to be, you know, the exact same again. Annoyingly, in LEGO manuals it does say 2 times at the end of the build rather than 2 times before the build, which was a bit frustrating, but I ended up just doing it with the other one, with the other side. I do really like these bits. These are glossy finish. These aren't a strict color, so these are a glossy finish, so these look really nice. They give a nice effect rather than just a normal color. And these are stickered pieces here on the hands, and there's a nice little sort of clawy piece there. So the way they've done the claws is actually quite creative. They've used sort of this block instead of a build for the claws, which I assume has reduced the piece count, which is quite nice. The ears do look really fantastic. I love the build for these. So these are their own little build. I think it just works really well, and I think it makes it look a lot more menacing. If you just turn it around, these are the legs as well. The legs again are identical, and I do actually have an issue with the legs, which I'll get into in a second. They are identical, and what happens is if you lift up the arms and you have the legs, it doesn't stand up on its own, which is frustrating because of the weight of the front part. It will not stand up on its own, so you do actually have to have the arms down to have the set stand up. Which isn't too much of an issue, but obviously if you're displaying it, it is a bit frustrating as well. But yeah, the legs are identical on both sides, so everything is identical. And on the back there is another stickered piece here as well, just here on the back. But everything about the set is identical, but in comparison to the minifigures, it does look, if I just pop that down, it is rather large. I mean, if I just put Gilgamesh there, and if I put Athena there, so in comparison to the minifigures, it does look pretty much the right size. Of course, in the film, these were giant deviants. So if you are someone that does like to play with this set, you can sort of just have them battling out this deviant. But yeah, for me, the main issue is the legs. I do think it would have been nice if the legs would have stood on their own. But overall, it's an okay set for the price. I wouldn't say the best set of the line, but it is an overall. It's an okay set for me. So let me know what you guys think of this set. Do you have this set? Do you like it? And please like, comment, subscribe. It really helps the channel out. I just want to, you know, bring you guys along on my journey of getting all the MCU sets, and just share my love for LEGO with fellow LEGO fans. So yeah, I will see you all on the next one.